monster! No! I'm the devil himself!
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
No freaking sense.
You're a big help! Someone save me! Thanks.
Another power key. Use it quick. Great. You know what to do with that key. That's a new power key. Place it now.
Flying Nimbus!
Great! You know what to do with that key.
You got all the keys.
This is bad! Somebody's down! Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Gotta get the hell out of here! Give me a freaking break. Flying Nimbus!
One more key to set.
Holy hell.
Yo, Mac, what's up?
Stay calm.
Well,
Stay calm.
thank you. Close.
What raider are you playing as?
Welcome. Thank you. Close.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Welcome. Close.
Wait, I should go save this person.
Oh man.
No other
The
players with
startup
level 2.
system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Get up!
I owe you.
Is Buhan a lot better than Kid Buu? Was it worth the TP medals?
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Flying Nimbus!
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to.
Here comes a pain!
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Gotta get some supplies.
You're good to go.
Yeah, is Buhan better than Kid Buu?
Exercise extreme caution if you're going to ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
All right.
Level 7 Dragon Ball. Summon Shenron at the altar. I sent you a super transmitter.
This is where you die.
They got 25 seconds left.
Understood.
That should do it.
I owe you one.
The startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost
Flying
prepped.
Nimbus!
You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
You bastards!
I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there. The escape time machine is back. Whenever you have a beacon,
Flying
you
Nimbus!
call
I
it
want to
in.
fight.
An ally needs your help.
I have no Dragon
You
Team.
don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there!
Okay, time machine flex first round.
Hey everyone! It's
Bonding, don't be stupid. The two of you could never beat that Saiyan. We'll retreat for now and wait for Gas to get back, Alex says. During Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 82, only this time around it looks as though Goku had brought Gas by using instant transmission to a remote location where the Galactic Patrol members are seemingly enough
I'm in priority
looking as though
4, so I'm
they're
gonna get my
fixing some
radar
of their
back soon.
satellites, which more so than anything else, even the Galactic Patrol HQ members are going on to put this into question by asking what the, because this was the last thing that any of the Galactic Patrol members were expecting to see, as Gas was then shown having to kick Goku with such tremendous amounts of force that by the time Goku had blocked it off by using his forearm, with Gas having to be shown letting off, we can then take a look at Goku's forearm and seeing the marks that Gas was beginning to leave on him, because not only was Goku's body from there being shown shaking, but even though he is overpowered by Gas, as Gas is the strongest warrior in Universe 7, by no means is Goku willing to let up despite Gas having to continuously attack him, because even though it kind of seems as though Goku's using more of a defensive approach than he is offensively, Gas from there just kept on attacking Goku over and over and over again until Goku's reaction time was fast enough, and from there having to use instant transmission in getting out of harm's way,
Next match
and once
should start
again
soon.
having to bait Gas into following him
2
to
minutes or
another
so.
location, in which he did, because this time around it looks as though Goku and Gas are fighting within an unknown area, once again within an unknown city, which surprisingly enough at the very bottom we then take a look at the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 ring announcer and singer, which coincidentally enough we haven't seen since the days of the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, which even then from there as Goku uses instant transmission again, Gas ends up following him, only this time they both end up once again teleporting to a different location as they're battling it out with the Galactic Patrol members having to watch, which kind of seems as though Goku is dragging Gas from point A to point B to point C to point D in doing the best that he possibly can, and once again using instant transmission once more, only this time around when Goku finally ends up using instant transmission again with Gas following him, that's when Gas went on to tell him, "You cannot escape me," but instead of responding, what Goku does is Goku simply goes on to point something out to Gas, as Gas shockingly then looks on over without even having to suspect it. Tons and tons of amounts of cement are then being shown poured on him, as the poor individual that just so happened to have done this was none other than Monaka, with Goku from there having to acknowledge as to what had just happened by making some cheeky comments at Gas by telling him, "That's what you get for warping so recklessly." And Gas is pissed because as he's beginning to slowly then get back up, that's when Goku went on to make yet another cheeky comment at Gas by telling him, "Go clean up in the river over there, I don't mind, we can get back to fighting after that." But then, instead of actually having to listen to Goku and cleaning on up, what Gas does instead is he ends up rushing Goku once again by
That should
shouting,
be everyone.
"Silence!" To where as soon as
Welcome.
Gas was once again shown making contact with Goku,
And now for an arena of the tournament. This area should do just fine.
Good game.
Well, well.
Alright, let's try to get a W in this match. Last match we escaped with the time machine. Escape time machine, so go from ass this round.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Please help me.
Once I revert to an egg, I must bury
Thank you very
myself
much.
underground for 3 years. There my form matures.
Are you here to save me?
You found a power key. Go slot it. That's a new power key. Place it now.
I'm an android, you see, and you can call me by my name. Cell.
I ain't find shit yet. No power key radars, nothing.
Welcome. Close.
Great.
Not really found
You know
something.
what to do with
It's about
that
time.
key.
That's a will into existence.
I'm feeling rather hungry. Time to absorb every last little bit of you.
I know he's somewhere over there. Straight ahead. Gone. Tried to beat.
Soon I will be complete.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Yeah, I'm transformed. It took too long.
Struggle all you want, but I will absorb you, and it will be glorious.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Try to get to level 3 as fast as possible.
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
I would say that guy.
You're a fool if you think I'm just going to let you get away.
Oh, I won't.
Welcome.
Still waiting for the supplies.
The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it?
Okay. All right.
Holy hell.
What's everyone doing, bro?
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Well, look at you. I must say I'm rather impressed. I wasn't expecting to have this much fun.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
It's over. It's over. This is it. All right.
Trouble. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help.
Flying Nimbus! You're done!
Here I go!
I got the Dragon Ball, and I'm trying to get him away from the time machine.
Flying Nimbus!
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Brother, turn around.
The startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine will help.
At least I tried, bro.
For the special beam cannon! Blue light. Holy hell.
Everyone else is just jerking off, bro. Honestly.
Send the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
We almost didn't make it. Did we move up? We're halfway from S1. Few more matches.
Goku, it was only then where out of nowhere, they disappeared. Only this time around, instead of being outside on a planet, they actually end up inside of one of these massive ships, to where as soon as both Gas and Goku are shown making re-entry, Gas actually ends up falling inside of a bathtub, which just so happens to house the Galactic Patrol King. As Goku went on to smile and responding, there you go, perfect time for a bath. With the poor Galactic King being taken back by the unexpected arrival, we then notice how Gas was slowly beginning to rise up out of the tub, which one could only imagine the amount of embarrassment that Gas was beginning to feel with Goku having to make such comments. As all the while we then go back to Monaito, who was desperately shown having to heal Granola, with Elec then being shown having to descend on down next to Maki and Oil. That's when Elec went on to comment, now where did those two go? He's buying time, Vegeta says, jumping from planet to planet. Oil, get a lock on Gas's position via the tracker in his comms device, Elec says. Got it, Oil responds. As we then once again go back to Goku and Gas, it looks as though they have now made their way onto the Galactic Patrol prison, with Gas being shown having to kick Goku so hard, in which Goku went on to hit the wall behind him. As all of the prisoners around them seemed to be getting quite the show, it was only then where Gas went on to tell Goku, enough of this, stop leaping from one location to another, with Goku responding, you ready to admit that I'm better than you at instant teleportation? You're still going on about that, Gas asks, as unbeknownst to all of the other prisoners, it was only right then and there where some of them went on to actually recognize in seeing Gas for the first time in a very long time, as one of them went on to comment, hey, ain't
Right now,
that
we're just
the
5 out of
Heater's
8.
kid's
Waiting for the
brother?
next match to
Yeah,
start.
Yumba says. He used to be the real little guy. Psst, kiddo, remember us? It's been a while, huh? Looks like you got a bone to pick with Son Goku too. Bust us out of this joint and we'll lend you a hand, one of them says. As with Gas being shown having to look on over, he then went on to respond, the dregs of Sagambo's gang, huh? I have no need of your aid. This kid's really full of himself, huh? Remember the first time we met him, Yumba asks? He was so scared that he wet himself, and Gas went on to pause by then responding, I did not urinate on myself. Nah, you totally wet yourself, Yumba said. All like, big brother, I'm scared, help me. As everyone within the prison was then beginning to laugh at Gas, including Goku, that's when Goku went on to ask, is that true? I said there was no urination involved, Gas utters. What about the wet stain that we saw then, Yumba asks? Does your tribe cry out of their crotches? Sick burn, man. I did not wet myself, Gas shouts. It was only a few drops because I had been holding it for so long. As this now became very awkward within the Galactic Patrol prison, as Goku went on to comment, well, dang, you really did wet yourself. As in the meantime, when going back to the heaters, Oil is trying to do his best in locking onto Gas, as Oil went on to respond, gotta lock on his signal. He's in the Galactic prison. What are they doing there, Maki asks. Nope, just hang on, Oil says. They just warped even further away. That idiot, Elec utters, as once more we then get to see how indeed both Goku and Gas had leapt away onto another planet, with Goku then having to ask, so, you just do everything your big brother says? You're way stronger than him. I bet that you could make your own choices, with Gas responding, I seek power for Elec's sake alone. I follow his commands in order to make the Heaters the supreme organization in the universe. To where as soon as Gas was then shown having to fire multiple attacks at Goku, Goku was then quick enough in having to leap out of the way and instant teleporting behind Gas by then telling him, oh, gotcha. I guess you really respect your brother, huh? I was once the weakest among us, Gas went on to tell Goku, but Elec raised me to this level. I would do anything for him, with Goku responding, sure. That explains it, he says. Elec's will is absolute, with Goku then asking, are you sure about that? How far can you actually trust him? My own brother almost killed me a while back, so you might want to watch your back, Goku tells him, and Gas once again seems to be very, very annoyed, because as we once more then go back to the heaters, that's when Maki went on to ask, so what's next, Elec? Never mind them for now, Elec responds. The only ones left are here and half dead already.
Let me reset my Elgato real quick. 1 second.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
You're my savior.
Welcome. Thank you. Close.
Need to find a power key there. Quick.
You found a power key. Go slot it. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. Great! You know what to do with that key.
Excellent.
This is bad! Somebody's down! Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Pretty sure he's capping that guy's body. Got him.
Save me!
Take your time, please.
You're my savior.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick!
Someone save me!
Got you, bro.
Thanks.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
I'm gonna head down to B. Okay.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what
Okay.
danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. Great! You know what to do with that key.
How did this guy transfer? What the fuck just happened there?
I think it was super strength spear. Use it to hold the enemy back.
I don't know what just happened there, bro. Key sense is not. It's not good, bro. The developers need a slap in the face for giving bro a key sense.
Let's mop up these stranglers first. Sweet, Maki says. Sounds like it's our turn for some action. As with Monaito trying to do everything that he possibly can in patching up Brunola quick enough, both Maki and Oil look like they're just about to make their move, as all the while Gas is shown having to blast Goku down with a massive energy blast, with Goku trying to do his best and holding it back. You can almost kind of see the struggle between the two, because Gas is getting the better of Goku during this initial struggle, to where once again Goku demonstrates the usage of his instant transmission by having to completely vanish, and thus resulting in Gas's energy blast having to go right through the giant asteroid that they were on, as Gas looked baffled because he was trying to do his best in figuring out where Goku was, as Goku out of nowhere had then instant transmissioned himself within one of the Galactic Patrol's spaceships, with all of the patrollers inside seemingly confused, with Goku then shown looking down on his hands. You can almost kind of tell the physical amounts of damage that this fight is beginning to take on Goku, because not only are his hands beginning to get charred, not only is his body beginning to shake, but Goku now is beginning to understand the gravity of the situation, as he then went on to respond, "Darn, I can't keep playing defense much longer." But then, that's when Goku went on to, interestingly enough, detect something, as he then went on to respond, "Wait a second, there we go," he says, as right before Gas had made his initial strike behind Goku, all of a sudden, once again, Goku had vanished, and Gas is pissed, because again, he has to follow him, as to the surprise of everyone, we then take a look at how Whis and the Oracle Fish seem to be riding on top of a dinosaur, in simply going about by minding their business and eating upon a sundae, as Whis went on to ask, "Isn't it delectable, Oracle Fish?" But then, all of a sudden, as they're eating their ice cream, Whis went on to notice how Gas and Goku had out of nowhere appeared, as Whis asks, "Goku? Lucky for me you're hanging out in this realm, Whis," Goku says. "And why have you come to me?" Whis asks. "Who is this?" Gas asks. "My master," Goku responds, "who happens to be an angel." As Gas seems to be a little taken back by this, as Goku went on to ask Whis, "Sorry, Whis, but can I leave this guy with you for a minute?" "Uh-huh. See ya, Gas," Goku says, as out of nowhere, once again, Goku ends up using instant transmission to, interestingly enough, go back to each and every single location that him and Gas had battled on, in leaping from point A to point B to point C to point D to point E, and really throwing Gas off his game, because with the gap in distance that Goku had created in bringing Gas this far along, one would only imagine that Gas has absolutely no chance in using instant transmission to get back onto planet Sorel, because that was the exact location in which Goku was going to, as Gas was taken back by this by responding, "Did he just... no way!"
Hopefully we
as
get
lo
there
and
next
behold,
match.
right before Maki and Oil had made their move on Monaito, out of nowhere, Goku had used instant transmission in getting right in between them, and once again having to prove exactly why he is the man. As Goku went on to stand on up and turning back, Maki and Oil were shocked, as Maki asks, "How are you back here alone? What did you do with Gas?" As when going back to Gas, Gas is trying to do
what do
his
you mean it's
best in
behind?
using his own
Like,
variation
you
of
watched this
instant
already?
transmission, but he can't seem to get a lock on Goku, as Gas went on to respond, "Crap, where did he go?" If you must know, Whis adds, Goku returned back to planet Sorel. It is a distance too
Honestly,
great
I
for you
forgot
to
where we were
work
in the manga.
directly. Which way is planet
We were
Sorel?
streaming for like
Gas
3 hours
asks.
last night.
Which direction? Whis asks. That way, he points out. As the very second Whis had gone in pointing out where Goku was, Gas from there went on to display such tremendous amounts of speed in having to leap from the planets deep into outer space with such tremendous amounts of velocity that even Whis went on to acknowledge this by responding, "Oh my, why couldn't he have stayed more for a visit, especially when this planet has such scrumptious desserts, right, Oracle Fish?" "Who was that?" the Oracle Fish asks, as all the while with Granola partially patched up, that's when Goku went on to aid Granola by then having to tell Monaito, gas will be back soon, so I bought us some time. Let's get to safety for now, he adds. As out of the blue, we then see how a vehicle had then began to approach Goku, and in it, we see how Vegeta was already on board, as Oatmeal seems to be
you're right.
operating
We are at
it,
the
as
Bardock
Oatmeal went on
Scouter.
to respond, get in. Let's
forgot.
take shelter
Let me
at
see if
the
I can
old
find it.
man's house. It's you, Goku says. Granola's talking half goggle thing. You can turn into a robot too? That's... Move on to Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 83.
Watch this part
Full extent of
yesterday.
Punch's fist
I know for sure.
and grabbing onto Bardock says, and I'm not dying before. He's hurt, he's injured, there seemingly appears to be no way
he
that
asked-
Bardock could
the
have
dragon
possibly
asked him for a
survived
wish,
this
and
until
he asked to wish
Monaito
that
was shown
for-
having
for
to emerge
prosper
from the
or something
rubble
like
and
that.
slowly making his way towards Bardock, in which as he did, it was Monaito's duty to actually do something about it, as Monaito went on to respond, where's Bardock? There, Bardock! Are you still alive? I'd ask you the same thing, Monaito, Bardock says. Takes more than that to put an Namekian down, Monaito
I don't know,
claims.
man. You
You
just have to
don't
watch it.
say. Good. I take
figure
it
it
that
out.
the Cerulean kid is okay too? Yep, Monaito says. He is. Those thugs left us for dead and headed off, he claims. You've won the battle, Bardock, and as Bardock's scouter was then shown having to slowly shut down, as it was only then during that moment where Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 83 entitled Gas vs. Bardock 2 then comes to a close. Now, it only now appears as though Gas seemingly doesn't have the resolve within himself in order to complete a fight and see it all the way through, because it almost appeared as though Gas was asking Bardock for some kind of form of validation in questioning Bardock as to what exactly he is fighting for, only for Bardock to tell Gas that, hey, I'm just simply fighting to win and I'm going to do everything within my own ability to see this through even if I die. It was only during these events where we now enter Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 84 with Bardock's scouter now being shown turning off its
This is the
recording,
part, right?
with both Goku, Vegeta,
Bardock, the
and
scouter?
Monaito left baffled by the recording that was left behind by Bardock's scouter, with Goku now having to put everything that he had just overheard now into question. That's when Monaito went on to comment, Bardock left this planet as soon as he was on his feet again, and only his scouter was left behind. As it was during Monaito's comments where Goku had come into his own by remembering what had happened when he was a baby, and now having to take us all the way back to when Bardock actually had returned back home to Guinea, we from there see how an infant Goku was able to open his eyes in seeing his father battle damaged right before his mother. Goku was from this point on slowly but surely beginning to remember both of his parents, as a very battle damaged and bloody Bardock had walked on over to the incubation pod and putting his hand over the glass and smiling. Goku in fact does appear as though he has very vague memories of these moments before having to fall asleep, as before having to do so we also then see how Bardock had left his house after having to recover in basically partaking in one of his final missions before Planet Vegeta's destruction, with additional flashbacks being shown of Guinea having to partake in housework and even going as far as to show Goku's final moments with his parents on Planet Vegeta before having to be sent off to Earth. It would only now appear as though Goku does seem to vaguely remember all of these events as they had occurred, as similar to the moments seen during the events of Dragon Ball Super Broly with Bardock and Guinea having to send Goku to Earth. Goku is now beginning to remember each and every single one of these circumstantial events, as back within the present, as Goku remembers how he was sent off Planet Vegeta, that's when Goku went on to comment, Vegeta, I feel like I finally understand
got
what
Raider
Saiyan
match.
Pride is about, or
Should start in 2
rather,
minutes.
I remember what it's about along with my dad's face. The thing is, I haven't had total faith in my power, he says. I've lost sight of it as well, Vegeta responds. My burden is not the sins of all Saiyans, but our people's pride, he says. Why did it have to be your father of all people who helped me realize this, Vegeta asks. And to think that you and Raditz survived when you were young because of a wish on the Dragon Balls, that's not fair, Vegeta shouts. Wishing for you to thrive and all, Vegeta asks. Who ever heard of such pampered Saiyans? Well, how about the way you pamper and spoil bra, huh? One has nothing to do with the other, Vegeta shouts. Bardock Monaito comments, what a funny way for your will to be passed down, he says. A people's pride is about atoning for sins of the past, he says. And it ain't about taking revenge, it's about accepting your nature and
Go Super
sticking
Saiyan.
to your convictions. And That's true of any tribe out there, Monaito adds. Over here, you two. Let me patch you up a bit before Gas gets back. Thank you, Vegeta says. Yeah, thanks again, Goku comments. But first, your clothes, Monaito says, as he then went on to spawn Saiyan armor on both Vegeta and Goku. This was the last thing that either of them were ever expecting to wear, as Goku went on to ask, could I just have my original outfit back? I can't get used to this jacket, Vegeta responds. What? You don't want to dress how Bardock
Good to
once
hear,
did,
bro.
Monaito asks?
Hope
But
you get
even
better
then,
this week.
all the while, as this was going on, deep within outer space, we then...
Let the carnival of terror begin. Give me the Dragon Ball. You have my thanks.
There's lots of things.
Give me the Dragon Ball.
I have none.
Very well then. Give me the Dragon Ball.
Even if I had one, why would I give it?
I know I heard a guy over here somewhere.
Where are the Dragon Balls?
What do you mean?
Gotta start killing some survivors.
There's nothing.
I don't know what that guy was thinking.
I don't really want to do this.
Alright, where did this guy go? Dragon Ball. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna destroy A, and then go destroy the time machine.
Well then, let's begin, shall we?
Wait!
Appreciate it, bro.
Now, state shall be done. I will grant your wish.
Make me immortal!
I'll let him go.
I will not tolerate failure.
No effect.
All right. This is it.
memorial, son.
This is it!
These are T-Rex. Fuck. Brother, you cannot kill me.
You're no match for me.
Easy win. At least they put up a fight. You know, it's too late. Gotta restart the Elgato. I don't know why he does that.
Then venture on back and seeing Gas speed blitz his way back onto planet Sorel, as you can see the anger on Gas's face in the fact that he was played by Goku and being left behind this entire time. It was only as Gas was making his way back onto the planet where he then had discovered Goku and Vegeta's chi signature, and from that very moment on having to announce that he had finally locked onto them, as he was not looking to waste any more time by flying through space to get to planet Sorel. So what Gas ends up doing instead is within the blink of an eye, Gas ends up using instant transmission and smashing his way down onto the planet, which mind you, ironically enough had occurred right in front of Monaito's house, and the moment Goku and Vegeta had gone to sense this, they both knew exactly what they were about to be in for, because it was basically going to be a do or die moment, with Gas being shown slowly having to stand up and staring directly into Monaito's house, because Gas knew that all of the parties that he was looking to destroy, including both Monaito and Granola, were inside of this house, as he was basically now ready for war. It was only then where Gas went on to comment, "Get out here, Saiyans," and with Oil having to spot Gas, that's when he went on to radio back to Maki by telling her, "Yo, Maki, Gas is back. He's at the hut." "Oh, sooner than we thought," Maki says. "What now, Alec?" Maki asks. "Let's move the ship over that way," Alec says, but only within view of the battle and not too close. And with Oil shown having to rush towards Gas, that's when Oil went on to shout, "Hey there, brother, how you feeling?" "I'm feeling like I just wasted too much time," Gas responds. "Tell Alec that I'll be finished here shortly." "Okay," Oil says. "Good luck. We'll have a tasty meal waiting for you," he says. As it was only then where we get to see how both Goku and Vegeta were slowly emerging from the shadows within, with both shown having to slowly make their way and walking outside of Monaito's house and now having to confront Gas for themselves. You can almost kind of feel the tension emanating from the page as Gas went on to smile by responding, "I assumed you would have run off by now. It's you and your gang who are gonna leave," Goku says. "Leave? We plan to as soon as we've slaughtered you two," Gas says. "I want to defeat this one," Vegeta says, "even if it kills me. How about you?" he asks. "Well, I'm not letting you have all of the fun, Vegeta. Fine. We'll fight together then, he says. In which, as both of their auras are now beginning to emanate, Gas went on to ask, I'll be the one to end this, Goku says. Not on my watch, Vegeta responds. As it was only then, right then and there, within that moment, both Goku and Vegeta were shown having to unleash their most powerful godly transformations in what is without question one of the absolutely best pages that we've seen thus far within the Granola arc, in witnessing these two transform in their own unique way, because as we see the way Vegeta is transforming and looking very ferocious in his approach, Goku on the other hand appears to be very calm in the way he's transforming, but at the same time,
Super Saiyan, I haven't
appears
heard of
to
that
look
game
very
before.
serious and very in tune to what's about to happen going forward against Gas, as even Gas himself cannot seem to believe this. And I love the way Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego's auras are merging together in this, because in a similar like
Sounds
fashion,
good.
the way Goku had unleashed Ultra Instinct against Moro 7-3 during the events of the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc, both of their auras are not only shown having to envelop the entire landscape, but at the same time, the sheer intensity and magnitude of their auras having to combine is even being shown having to be thrust up into the sky, as even with the heaters themselves having to observe from their ship, even they themselves cannot seem to believe this. And one can
After
only
this next
imagine
match, I'll
as to
open the
what
room
this moment would look
if
like
anyone wants to
it's
join.
animated within the Dragon Ball Super anime, because the very moment Vegeta and Goku had now come into their own in unleashing both Mastered Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego onto the surface, the heaters cannot believe this, as Maki went on to shout, well, what sort of forms are they using now? That Goku guy is using Super Duper Instinct, and Vegeta's got his massive ego boost thing, I think. Like, I give a crap about the names, Maki says. I'm asking if they're strong or not. Oh, yeah, Oil says, for sure, real strong. And with Alec eerily quiet, that's when Gas went on to ask, you intend to face me together? Saiyans are as mindless as ever, I see. You still fail to comprehend that such a strategy will not matter given the gulf between us? No, Goku says, you're the one who doesn't get it. Oh? Yeah, it's got nothing to do with our odds of victory, Vegeta says.
Facing
What
a level
drives us
64.
now is the sheer desire to win. As this was it, with both Goku and Vegeta now going on to make their first move and being the ones to dash at Gas directly, Gas quickly got into fighting position in anticipating both of their attacks as Vegeta and Goku came rushing on in, as the very moment both Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta had gone in making contact by striking Gas, not only was it interesting to see Gas actually be able to hold his position in standing his ground, but he also within that moment had gone in demonstrating to be exactly what he had claimed to be, which is that of being the strongest mortal within Universe 7, in showing no signs of pain, no signs of struggle, nor even signs of anger. He actually went as far as to stand his ground by blocking off both of their attacks with simply one arm, without even having to show any expression on his face, and going as far as to tell us, the reader, that yeah, Houston, we have a major problem here, because despite how strong Goku and Vegeta may potentially be right now, the fact still stands that as they went on to attack Gas, Gas simply had just stood there, as neither Goku or Vegeta
Quite the
during that
color.
moment were even able to make him budge, as the very moment how we then see how both Ultra Ego
time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Save me!
Keep going.
Thanks.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
This is risky.
Thanks.
Great. You know what to do with that key.
He rushing quick.
Might as well get her before he does.
That's a new power key. Place it now. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. Great! You know what to do with that
Damn.
key.
Flying Nimbus!
Come this way.
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
Very key
This
rush
is
this
bad.
time.
Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? Holy hell.
Here comes a pain! You're gone!
Right now.
Ooh, I hit him.
Him. Watch out for enemies.
Oh, he's mad.
Bastard!
I hit him with that death bomb.
I'll destroy you!
Mortals are unnecessary. And more than that.
Flying Nimbus!
Your punishment will be some...
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Come this way, bro.
I owe you one.
Flying Nimbus!
You gotta get some supplies.
Very much.
Ally down. If you intend to rescue them,
Moxie's right
watch out
outside.
for enemies.
What? Is that all?
Flying Nimbus!
Holy hell.
Oh, man.
I was gonna try to help that girl.
Shall we strike? Zamasu?
Is that all?
Of... The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
Did we get the supplies yet?
Get up!
Holy hell. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help us.
W. No one died. Everyone did their part.
How can this be?
W game. Closer to S1. Alright, I'll put the room key. Anyone wants to join, we've got 2 minutes. Respect, Mac. Appreciate it. What's up, Josh? Mac, you coming? Got a minute. Do you want us to wait for you or next match? No problem. Between time, we go back on the manga.
Vegeta and Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku had gone and breaking away, the first individual between the two having to be shown taking any sort of action was in fact Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, in which as Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku had gone in attempting to kick Gas, interestingly enough to I believe the shock of everyone, Gas was actually cognitively aware of everything that was about to transpire because before Goku could successfully land any sort of strike on Gas, Gas was actually fast enough in having to duck in avoiding Goku's strike, which from a power scaling speed perspective is a very impressive feat to see Gas perform with because we are talking about a much stronger Goku than we've ever seen before, and with Goku being shown having to attack him, Gas was actually fast enough in being able to avoid even the strongest form that Goku is currently wielding, with both Goku and Vegeta being shown having to circle around Gas and attacking him simultaneously. The moment Vegeta had gone in attempting to do the exact same thing, Gas had ended up repeating this by leaning on back and avoiding Ultra Ego Vegeta's punch, which again from a speed feats perspective is a very impressive thing to see Gas actually utilize here because not only is Gas now dealing with one mega level warrior, but in fact he's dealing with two at the exact same time, in which the moment Goku was shown having to dash back in and assisting Vegeta with Vegeta having to step on back, Goku had again attempted in creating somewhat of an offensive tactic in trying to get the better of Gas while Vegeta had leapt up in the air, because as Gas was in the moment and having to fight off Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, Goku from above, Vegeta was making his way towards Gas in his attempts of having to double axe handle him, but even while being shown having to be cunningly evasive against MUI Goku, Gas was actually once again fast enough in having to dodge and getting out of the way, which had resulted in Vegeta having to smash his way down onto the ground, with Goku also being shown having to avoid this, with Vegeta being shown visibly angry, and with Goku noticing that Gas is now up in the air. Once again, Goku had then taken immediate flight in chasing Gas down, and from there being shown having to swap hands with Gas and doing the best that he could to get the better of him. As with Vegeta now also having to notice this and looking back up, Vegeta did not also waste any more time by them being shown having to dash right back into the action, in which as Vegeta had gone in kicking Gas, with Gas doing the best that he could to deflect it, you can kind of see Goku already being aware of this and stepping on over to the side and attacking Gas from a different direction, which from a synchronization standpoint, when looking at how they were attacking Gas together now, it's fair to say that during this moment, Goku and Vegeta were actually able to drive Gas back a bit, because now you can see the frustration having to emanate from Gas's face in realizing that when these guys are in sync and attacking you at the exact same time, this could, hence the word could, be a problem going forward. But even though momentarily to some extent they were able to drive Gas back a bit, the moment Gas saw that Ultra Ego Vegeta was then being shown having to go for a punch, Gas was
Alright guys, you know what to do. Where's Ivory? We need
I've
Ivory.
set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Someone save me! Someone save me! Where am I?
I'm making sure he's in this building.
Where am I? Thanks.
You found a power key. Go slot it. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Calm yourself, Broly.
Kiki. Maxim A. Raiders in D, I think. It's coming towards E right now. Yeah, he's in D. Joku, watch out.
Welcome.
Flying Nimbus!
Heading towards D right now.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
You don't have a power key.
You know
right
what to do with that key. out for enemies.
Get up!
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Here comes a pain! Help! Holy hell.
I was trying to come get you, Super Saiyan. You got saved? Alright, you're good. Just have to find that B key. If anyone has a power key right there.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Yeah.
I owe you one. Gotta get the hell out of here!
We're all screwed.
A super transfer is headed your way. Take it now. An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Oh, still. Should have just destroyed B. Got it over with.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
I owe you one.
This guy is trolling. Maybe he's waiting for you guys to find the B key. I don't know what's going on.
I better watch it.
Guys, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Great! You know what to do with that key.
Right when they find the key, they destroy the area.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
All right! This is it! They're close.
You've got all 7 Dragon Balls. Summon Shinron at the altar. The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
Don't tell me this guy's selling right now.
Now, stay understood.
Let's go!
Yo, what's up?
Serious?
So scarce.
Somebody's down. Train caution if you're going to help them.
Uh-oh. Foolish worm!
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it?
Wants to die. Let's do this!
The startup system is destroyed. The escape time machine's almost trapped. Head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
We're saying you gotta make it.
The escape time machine is back. Whenever
Let's
you
say
have
Mac,
a
go.
beacon, you can call it again.
Super Saiyan was at the other one.
Step forward, and I will send you to your grave.
Hopefully next match.
actually able to see this for himself and latching onto Vegeta's punch and then being shown having to use Vegeta's own fist and driving it back and causing Vegeta to basically hit himself, and which sent Vegeta flying down onto the ground, which ultimately what had followed was Gas quickly turning around and doing the exact same thing to Goku and kicking him down onto the ground as well. But even then, despite this having to go down, Goku and Vegeta had managed to somehow land back on their feet, and once again being shown having to be in hot pursuit.
Even though he was trolling, you see how hard it was to defeat him once he turned level 4?
The moment both Vegeta and Goku had gone and uniting their attacks and kicking Gas at the exact same time, you can see Gas be taken back, as of course once again he is showing signs of anger, he is showing signs of
Super
frustration.
Saiyan was waiting.
As once more,
Super Saiyan was waiting at the other time.
Pursuit, they end up chasing Gas
at the other spot. And I think you were waiting for him, but he was waiting for you to go.
And fighting at the exact same time. But even then, Gas ends up backflipping away and having to avoid their strikes and landing back down onto the ground, in which as he did, he was waiting for a moment just to kind of set up this trap in which Goku and Vegeta nearly fell for, because as Gas had gone and sticking his arms out, he then proceeded to unleash a gigantic blast which had nearly enveloped them whole if it were not for them having to quickly leap out of the way, as they themselves now have positioned themselves above Gas and charging up for both the Kamehameha and the Gallic gun. As with Gas now realizing this, it was already too late, because with both Goku and Vegeta having to fire this down on him, one would only expect that these blasts would inevitably connect, but in fact they didn't, because Gas was actually fast enough in using instant transmission and getting behind both Goku and Vegeta by them being shown having to spawn a mace, which ironically enough, the first person that he ends up clocking with the mace is in fact Vegeta, with Vegeta's body being shown having to hit the ground below and with Goku visibly angry. Gas had attempted to do the exact same thing with Goku in trying to do his best to strike him with the mace, but it only appears as though Goku is simply too fast for Gas to handle, and this pisses off Gas a lot actually, because Gas actually ends up throwing his mace away by then having to shout, "Why you?" So instead, he ends up flying and driving his leg forward and kicking Goku in the stomach, which ultimately had resulted in Gas taking the lead by dragging Goku's body down on the ground and having to hit the pavement below, and essentially kind of curb stomping Goku down into the ground, which mind you, Goku at that point was showing signs of pain. It was only as Gas went on to stand above him, that's when Gas went on to tell Goku, "Don't get cocky, you pathetic monkeys," but then that's when Vegeta from behind Gas went on to shout, "Move aside, Kakarot." This is a god of destruction,
it's good, Goku Gum.
Vegeta says, one capable of erasing mere mortals. If you truly are the universe's strongest, then try standing up to this. As the moment Vegeta had gone and launching this attack directly at Gas, what Goku ends up doing as an end result to counter this was Goku had quickly used instant transmission in having to avoid this, with Gas then being shown having to spawn a shield, in which as Vegeta's giant attack was then making its way towards Gas, that's when Gas went on to tell him, "Observe as I deflect your worthless move," which essentially is what Gas tries to do by using the shield as a means to defend himself with, because after realizing that in fact if he were to touch this he could be erased, Gas wasn't going to chance this, so he is actually sufficient and strong enough to be shown holding this attack in place, as with Vegeta doing everything he possibly could in trying to get this attack to be driven into Gas, Goku ends up teleporting behind Vegeta and assisting him by having to push the blast forward together, which results in Gas being driven back as his shield is slowly being shown having
Would you take Goku Gum over Charming
in a
Pose?
similar like fashion to Jiren during the events of Dragon Ball Super's Tournament of Power, Gas is showing massive signs of resiliency in refusing to back down and giving up by allowing this attack to overcome him, as with all of the heaters having to watch this, Maki went on to shout, "Is he gonna be okay? Gas is losing ground to them. They already used those transformations, right, Oil? Yep, I saw both of these forms when they were duking it out with Granola." "Then he's fine," Alex says. "The wish to make him the strongest came after that." "Right, makes sense," Maki says. "He can still win this. Relax. I assume they might team up against him," Alex says. "As the strongest in the universe, Gas outclasses Granola." "Oh, yeah," Maki says. "Just watch." And with Goku and Vegeta shown desperately trying to do everything they can to drive this attack into Gas, we only then begin to see exactly what Alec was talking about, because without even having to touch the blast, Gas was shown having to use force in driving this attack back at Goku and Vegeta, to where now both Goku and Vegeta realize that this is a bad situation, as Goku went on to shout, We're getting pushed back! Damn it, Vegeta shouts. It's no use. But then out of nowhere, that's when Vegeta had decided to just simply let go and flat leave Goku behind, as Goku went on to shout, Vegeta, oh come on! Which inevitably leaves Goku to deal with Ultra Ego Vegeta's attack all by himself, which from that moment on, we get to see how Goku was literally holding on to this massive Hakai Ball with his own hands, in trying to do the best that he could in not allowing for this to overcome him, as all the while with Vegeta making his way towards Gas, Vegeta was ready for war, but so was Gas, because as Gas ends up kicking Vegeta in the stomach, you can see the pain emanating from his face as Gas had gone and grabbing Vegeta by the hair and continuously being shown punching him in the stomach. As Gas was looking to keep his word and slaughtering the both of them, Gas had then gone and punching Vegeta out into the distance, in which as Vegeta's body was shown hitting a pile of rocks with Gas slowly having to be shown walking towards him, that's when Gas went on to tell Vegeta, what's wrong, Saiyan? Losing too much blood? Do you still think you can win? Why wouldn't
So, who wants to die next?
Okay, this W, guys.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Please help me. You're my savior.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
Hit this key as fast as possible. He's in D right now.
Flying Nimbus!
This is bad.
Ooh,
Somebody's
got
down.
killed.
Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
There's been a change of plan. You're dying next.
Great. You know what to do with that key. That's a new power key. Place it now.
Flying Nimbus!
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Got this A key. Looks like he's in C right now.
You're my savior.
Please help me. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna give you that Super Saiyan. You want it? Going once, going twice.
I'm gonna wipe out every last one of you. Flying Nimbus!
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
You alright? I owe you.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
I'm gonna wipe out every last one of you. Flying Nimbus!
Do I have the ball? I need one more ball.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. You've got all 7 Dragon Balls. Summon Shinron at the altar.
Bro. I gave him the ball.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Thought I heard someone.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Now it shall be done. I will grant your wish. Very well then. We'll finish this little playtime you were speaking of.
Oh yeah. Stay calm. Stay calm.
Go now! Sniff out those tools! I'll take over. Do it! Got it! Bastard! Let's go!
Shit.
Snap out of it.
I owe you one.
I'm gonna go last minute for have a stun.
Holy hell.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna come in with a stun.
Say goodbye.
We might win. We might win.
Open and mix.
I don't think anyone has any idea of this thing. Does that even work? Oh, he's so dumb. Stay on the time machine. Stay on the time machine.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Yes. Good game, guys. W. Cash out. Good job, guys.
Vegeta asks, as with Gas standing over Vegeta now with his arm out, that's when he went on to respond, save your prattle for the afterlife, he says. As back with Goku also being shown losing ground, and now realizing the Shigerian city behind him, Goku did not want to take any chances in having this Hakai Ball erase the entire city, so as a means of trying to do his best in deflecting this, Goku ends up actually launching this attack directly up in the air, which had subsequently saved both himself and the entire Shigerian city until Goku had then quickly realized that Vegeta was on his own and maybe perhaps Vegeta was in trouble because the moment Goku had used instant transmission in coming back into the fight and having to call for Vegeta's name, to Goku's shock, Vegeta was then shown having to punch Gas extremely hard in the face with Goku asking, oh? And Gas right now seems to be taking note of this as Gas went on to ask, you worm? What trick is this? How is your body still moving? With Vegeta being shown wiping the blood from his face and responding, damage is nothing but fuel for me. Do you realize what that means? I'm only getting stronger. As with Gas now shown visibly angry at what Vegeta had just said, it was only right then and there during that moment where Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 84 then comes to a close. Now, you can make no mistake about the fact that Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 84 is probably one of the most hyped chapters within the Granola story, only because this was in fact now the first time that we got to bear witness to that of Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct working together side by side, by also in comparison seeing how Gas was able to fare up against both transformations in establishing the overall fact now that Gas still is stronger than the both of them even while they're using their strongest transformation slash power. This by the end of it now becomes a question on whether or not Goku and Vegeta do in fact have what it takes to take Gas down once and for all, as we only from that point now make our way into Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 85, with Goku now appearing to be very surprised at the overall situation at hand. It was only during that moment where Vegeta went on to comment, damage is nothing but fuel to keep me engaged in this battle, which for you presents quite the dilemma. What now? Would you like to make me even stronger? Vegeta asks. But even then, despite the conversation that they were having, Gas was not looking to have any of it, so instead, Gas from there had immediately taken initiative in dashing directly towards Vegeta and punching him in the stomach, in which, judging based on Vegeta's own reaction to this, it looks as though Vegeta now is feeling tremendous amounts of pain, but even then, it did not stop there, because Gas had immediately gone, and from there being shown having to kick Vegeta up in the sky before following him, as he quickly from there had gone in kicking Vegeta right back down onto the ground and basically ping-ponging him around. As you can also see Vegeta's body basically bounce up off the ground, that's how hard Gas had hit him, to where from the jump, Gas was not looking to keep Vegeta around during this fight any longer, so after delivering 3 thunderous shots and knocking Vegeta down, to cap it all off by adding the icing on top of the cake, Gas had then gone and immediately being shown flying on down and kneeing Vegeta directly in the stomach, in which had not only resulted in Vegeta displaying tremendous amounts of pain and even going as far as to cough up blood, but Gas really made sure that he drove this knee deep into Vegeta's guts, because essentially by the time Gas had stood up and aiming his arm downwards, one would only imagine at this point that Vegeta was finished, as Gas went on to then tell him, "The answer is simple, I will kill you in one blow and be done with it," Gas says. As with the overall situation itself even now seemingly having to annoy Goku, we only then see how mastered Ultra Instinct Goku is then shown getting into fighting position and assumingly getting ready to jump back into the fight, until it was only before Goku could make his move where out of nowhere Gas was struck directly in the stomach, and not only reacting in a very shocking and painful way, but the momentary impact itself had even gone to surprise Goku, as this itself had come from none other than Ultra Ego Vegeta, because it was within this very moment where Ultra Ego Vegeta had gone in making his move by leaping on back and punching Gas in the stomach, to where even then with Gas's body being shown shaking as he was in tremendous amounts of pain, with a very battle damaged and bloody Vegeta then being shown smiling, Vegeta from there went on to tell Gas, "Thank you for the prime fuel, you vermin," Gas says. But even then, despite Vegeta's
Supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
There's someone over there.
Is anyone else there?
You found a power key. Go slot it.
Thank you very much.
Flying Nimbus!
Get the heck out of there.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Alright, go ahead. You can be Trunks. It's fine.
That's a new power key. Place it now. This is bad.
Flying Nimbus!
Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Oh, bitch. Goku, you're getting camped.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Someone
Hey,
save me!
great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Where am I?
Come get you guys.
Thanks.
I sent you a super transfer. Use it to hold the enemy back.
Holy hell. I owe you one.
Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move.
Flying Nimbus!
I'm like hell.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Oh, man.
Back.
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
Welcome. Thank you.
Flying Nimbus!
Alright, let's go whoop some ass.
Here comes the pain!
I missed.
An ally needs your help. You have to know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Takes my blade! Bastard!
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
What?
An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
All down.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
This is for our utopia.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use
It's all
of
good,
them.
Super Saiyan.
My form is
You alright? So much!
praise unto me. You supply.
I owe you one.
Exercising extreme caution if you're going to help them. Ally down!
Bastard!
If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
We got fried.
A super transfer is headed your way. Take it now.
This is so sad, bro. This is so sad. They're all just dead.
The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
And then there was one brave soldier.
Startup system is under attack. Stop it if you want.
Human versus
Retreat if you need to.
fake god. He really wants to destroy the time machine.
The startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
Let's go. Soldier. Warrior. Commander. Guy says I'm going down with the boat.
Powers merging together in this one party. Evil shall take going from his world!
The time has come to rend the
You have my
land
respect,
and
homie.
cleanse it of all that is
Held it down to the
impure.
very end.
So begins the Jubilee, heralding the arrival of a divine new world.
We went back. Good. Alright, you back.
Overwhelming amount of confidence being displayed, Gas by no stretch of the imagination was even close in being done with Vegeta, so the moment Gas had the opportunity in knocking Vegeta away by punching him, we only then observe how Gas was able to land multiple shots on Vegeta, including having to kick him away, but this time, instead of for allowing Vegeta to move on his own and do his own thing and possibly having to retaliate, Gas had immediately gone in sticking his arm out by pointing out at Vegeta and having to freeze him in place, as even with Vegeta from that point on not realizing as to what the heck was going on, what Gas ended up doing as a means of having to use telekinesis and manipulation was Gas from that point on began to teleport Vegeta all throughout the landscape, in not only going as far as to control his movements and his body and not allowing Vegeta to break free, but this only had gone as far as to give Gas the opportunity to hold Vegeta in place, in not only being shown having to kick Vegeta back down onto the ground before having to lunge him out into the distance, but what Gas continued to do was fling Vegeta around in having to use him to his own advantage, until Gas was then shown having to kick Vegeta up in the sky before tugging him back forward, and from there being shown having to Spartan kick Vegeta so hard in the stomach that you can see Vegeta literally spit out blood, as all the while with Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku now being forced having to watch from a distance. It was only from that point on, as he was watching Vegeta get pummeled, where Goku went on to comment, he can use instant teleportation on others? As with Gas now continuing to pummel on Vegeta, Goku then from there went on to shout, "Enough!" But to Goku's surprise, that's when Vegeta, as he was getting hit, went on to turn his head by shouting, "Stay back, Kakarot!" As even with Vegeta's body being shown driven back as he was shown shaking, after holding on to his head by then being shown smiling, that's when Vegeta went on to respond, "Yes. With this ideal stimulant, my Ultra Ego continues to evolve." But what of your Ultra Instinct? Vegeta went on to ask Goku. It seems no different than before, and with Goku now questioning this, Vegeta went on to continue, "Figure it out fast. Until then, he's mine." As it was only right then and there within that very moment, with Ultra Ego Vegeta being shown having to dash directly towards Gas, Gas could not believe as to what he was witnessing, especially with the idea that Gas had about Vegeta and believing the fact that he wasn't going to get back up. It was only during Vegeta's initial reaction in dashing towards him where Vegeta had gone in headbutting Gas directly in the face, which really went on to stagger Gas back, as of course he was shaken up by this. By no means after the headbutt was Vegeta finished, because the moment he had done so in charging back in at Gas, Vegeta just kept on attacking Gas despite the fact that Gas is supposed to be the mightiest warrior in Universe 7. This was exactly what Goku had realized within that very moment of Vegeta's struggle with Gas, that perhaps maybe Vegeta was in fact onto something in helping buy Goku the time he needed, in hurrying on back and discovering something more to this form, which was exactly what Goku had done, because it was during this initial boxing session and seeing Vegeta throw down with Gas to where Goku was shown having to fly off on a nearby cliff and landing on down and having to now figure out for himself as to what exactly he needed to do in order to get on by in this fight with Gas, as Goku was shown having to look down at his fist by responding, "My own Ultra Instinct." To where, as we only then see how Goku had calmed himself and reverting right back down to his base form, we then observe how Goku had gone about by closing his eyes and slowly but surely now beginning to
just
meditate
found that
with
passive,
an energy-like
or that
barrier
ability,
now having to surround him in doing
from
the
Launch,
best that
the
he
blonde
could
hair
with the
Launch.
time
If you
given
buy
to
her,
him in
it comes with
figuring
that
out a
ability.
way
You
in
can
mastering Ultra Instinct that better
pick up
suits
items
him,
from the
because
box on a
contrary to
vehicle or
popular
on your
belief,
Nimbus
it
Cloud.
doesn't appear as though the silver
I think that's a good
UI
one.
form is suiting Goku
And then you can
properly
get
during the course
vehicle
of this
movement
battle, as
speed
of course
boost
he seems to
and
be
move
getting nowhere
fast.
with Gas, so Goku's trying to figure
another
things
shooter
out,
use
as
that
all the while
yesterday.
when going back to Ultra Ego Vegeta and Gas, by no means was Ultra Ego Vegeta letting up against Gas despite having to be severely battle damaged, because Vegeta just kept throwing punch after punch after punch until Gas was shown having to retaliate by punching Vegeta in the face and shouting, "Cease this pointless struggle," as with Vegeta's body being shown hitting the ground, Gas went on to continue, "Enough of your deranged technique." But to Gas's horror, once again, a bloody Vegeta was then shown slowly having to stand back up by responding, "Enough? No, not yet."
Alright, I'll look into that.
Says, "Sheesh," Maki says, like some sort of zombie. "Take him down quick," Gas
buy no
Oil went on to
characters.
shout, to whereas we only then see
I
how
also
Gas
don't,
had gone about by punching
passes.
Vegeta so incredibly hard in the ribs that not only
Can you
was
unlock any of
Gas's
the passes
strike so powerful
with
in its
tickets?
own right, but the initial strike itself had gone
you have to
in
buy them with
literally
the TP
tearing a
license,
hole through Vegeta's suit, as one would only imagine the amount of punishment that Vegeta's body is going through right now, in now serving as the ultimate detractor in getting Gas's attention away from Goku, but to now also add further insult to injury by suggesting to Gas that none of his attacks seem to be working, so as a means of responding, Gas just keeps turning it up on Vegeta in continuously being shown inflicting more and more damage, the highest amount of damage that he possibly can, in further reassuring himself that this time around Vegeta will stay down for good, as with an enraged Gas then being shown shouting and uppercutting Vegeta straight in the face as Vegeta's body went flying up in the air. It was only during mid-flight, with Vegeta's body being shown having to hit the ground and rolling back, where Vegeta had not appeared as though he was going to continue at all, as this looked to be it, to where interestingly enough, as this was happening, despite Gas having the upper hand, it would only now appear as though Gas is getting tired from continuously inflicting this much damage on Vegeta, to where as Gas was shown huffing and puffing and trying to catch his breath, that's when Gas went on to comment, "You won't be standing back up again." But to the horrifying shock of Gas, as he was observing Vegeta very closely, even while remaining face down on the ground, Vegeta had gone and opening his eyes and looking directly at Gas, in basically indicating the fact that no, he wasn't done by any stretch of the imagination, as this itself had gone to terrify Gas enough, because this was the last thing that Gas was expecting to happen, especially when he himself is under the impression that he cannot be beaten, and that essentially anything and everything he does is met with violence. Here, it doesn't look like it appears to be the case, because Vegeta is slowly now beginning to stand back up, as Vegeta from there, as he was beginning to move, went on to respond by telling Gas, "As I said, I am no longer bound by limits." As it was only during this moment where Ultra Ego Vegeta had once again
says
gone
that
and
we're
dashing
still waiting
directly
for all the
towards
members to
Gas,
return
with
to the
Gas
game.
now visibly
I don't know what
concerned
happened.
in the overall fact that he wasn't expecting for
Are you
Vegeta
guys
to
in the
stand
lobbies?
back up and continue. Even the
I
other
have to
heaters,
refresh and
Maki
I'll
and
give you
Oil
guys
went
a
on
new
to
room key.
recognize this, as they themselves were also concerned for Gas, as we only then see how Gas now had quickly taken initiative in putting up his guard in defending himself. We can visibly see how scared Gas was in the overall idea of Vegeta having to come at him, but something seemed to have changed during the course of this initial engagement, because Gas had now recognized that Vegeta had in fact not come into contact with him, as it was during this moment with Gas being shown opening his eyes and slowly lowering his arms, he was only now shocked to find Vegeta literally standing in front of him, inches away from punching him in the face, as the end result of Vegeta having to endure so much punishment had now led
Alright, add the new room key. It wasn't working before.
Vegeta in literally passing out during the midst of battle, with Vegeta being shown slowly having to fade forward as he went on to hit the ground below. One could only imagine the amount of physical punishment that Vegeta had to endure, only for his body now to go in shock, as even Gas himself could not believe this, and literally being shown having to be relieved. It was during this moment where Gas went on to comment, I guess he burned himself out. A technique that damages the user. How stupid. Phew, I was freaking out there for a second, Oil says. As with Gas then out of nowhere spawning yet another sword in his hand, he then went on to continue, a stupid end befitting a Saiyan. As indeed Gas had now meant every word that he had mentioned, because the moment Gas was shown attempting to stab Vegeta through the skull, it was only out of nowhere as Vegeta was lying down passed out, where all of a sudden a barrier had gone to appear in front of Vegeta and now being shown having to completely shatter Gas's sword, as even Gas himself could not believe this, in making the assumption that this had come from Vegeta, but Gas knew that Vegeta the whole time was in fact passed out, so this barrier itself couldn't have come from Vegeta, so it was only when Gas had now turned his attention in looking on over in the distance and seeing Goku, where Gas had now seen that not only was a barrier beginning to protect Vegeta from his attack, but also there was also a barrier surrounding Goku, with Goku being shown having to use his fingers without even having to look, and further going on to demonstrate Goku's skill by saving Vegeta without even having to open his eyes. As with Gas now getting extremely annoyed by the overall situation, Gas went on to comment, "Is this your doing?" But even then Goku was not having it, because it was during that point where Goku had gone in levitating Vegeta's body upwards, and from there being shown slowly but surely having to levitate Vegeta's body on over next to him, and gently placing Vegeta down as he was still meditating, as Gas from there went on to comment, "What are you up to?" As the moment Gas was shown firing multiple energy blasts directly at Goku's barrier, even the blasts themselves that had seemed to come from the so-called mightiest warrior in Universe 7 had seemingly had gone to do nothing to Goku's barrier, as Goku had remained intact, to where once again now we are beginning to see even more frustration come from Gas, as Gas from there went on to respond by telling Goku, "Do you plan to hide behind the shield forever? Emerge now so I may kill you." Which was kind of what Goku had done from there, as the shield had then dissipated, with Goku then responding, "Phew, okay, yep, that was my only option, so I might as well try it out," he says. "Despite your impending death, you remain carefree," he says. "Well, I guess so," Goku responds. "That's just how I am." As the very moment Goku had then gone and leaping on up and having to meet Gas back down on the battlefield, clearly now there seemed to have been something very different about Goku this time around that Gas had noticed, because it was during this initial interaction where Goku had gone in clinching his fist and now beginning to power up, this time however in a different way, with Gas having to notice this, as Gas went on to then comment, "Another form, silver hair this time or blue? neither, Goku says. See, I figured out the best transformation to make use of my power, as it was only right then and there during that moment where Goku had gone in unleashing the power of Ultra Instinct Sign or Ultra Instinct Omen, which had not only gone in piquing Gas's curiosity, as of course he's never seen this form before, but also with the Heaters now seeing this too and acknowledging the fact that nothing seems to be different about Goku this time around, as of course they were presently there to see Goku transform multiple times against Granola in using Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, and even the mastered variation of Ultra Instinct, which is that of silver-haired Goku. The last time anyone had ever gone to see this variation of Ultra Instinct Sign Goku was in fact during Goku's initial engagement against Moro, as with Goku now standing ready and clenching his fists and preparing himself for battle. It was only during this initial moment where Oil went on to comment, still black? Why? I thought silver hair indicated maximum strength, Gas says. Why not use that? With Goku responding, for Ultra Instinct to work, I need my heart to be calm and tranquil, but in this form, I can put my emotions to work for me, and believe me, my heart is not calm now. And with Goku being shown giving Gas a very sharp look, Gas had immediately caught PTSD by remembering the same look that Bardock had, as Gas went on to shout, "Stop that! That look, no! Don't look at me like that!" As this was now with Gas having enough and now beginning to dash directly towards Goku, Goku now stood ready and anticipating what Gas was about to do, as of course he was not willing to back down, but instead now having to solely focus on one thing and one thing only, and that was getting the job done and finally defeating Gas once and for all, to where as soon as we see how Gas was now preparing himself in making contact with Goku, the moment Gas had gone in attempting to punch Goku, with Goku now attempting to do the same thing, there was only one major difference during this initial engagement, and that was Goku had actually managed to connect his strike, to whereas Gas on the other hand had barely managed to graze Goku by the cheek, as you could almost kind of feel the impact emanating from the page itself, because Goku had gone in not only having to strike Gas with such tremendous amounts of force that the Heaters themselves, as they were observing this, could not believe it, as a crater was beginning to form underneath their feet, but Goku at that point had gone to deliver such impact behind his strike that it ultimately resulted in Goku breaking off Gas's left horn, and from there creating a massive explosion to where the Heater ship were caught right in the middle of it, and now forcing all of them to quickly leave the ship before it was destroyed, with all of them now seen having to watch from above, with Elec now seemingly very annoyed at the fact that his little brother could not simply get the job done, as of course he had wanted him to do so from the very beginning. The moment we had gone to see Gas's body flying out in the distance, with Goku having to maintain his momentum, similar to what Bardock had done 40 years ago against Gas, we then see how Goku was unrelenting in allowing for Gas to escape or even have leverage in this battle, so instead of just waiting around, Goku instead had decided to dash right back at Gas, as Gas was shown having to be on the floor, and not just screaming in absolute agony, as of course it was during that moment where he had felt such tremendous amounts of pain courtesy of Goku's punch, but the second Gas had gone to sit back up and noticing that Goku was coming right after him, Gas quickly had decided to roll on over, as Goku had gone to miss one of his strikes, but even then, Gas was not on the offensive, but this time around he was trying to be on the defensive and running away, but Goku wasn't going to stand for it. Despite having to run away or not, Goku was immediately in hot pursuit and chasing Gas down, despite Gas having to be attempting to leave, as with Goku then quickly
one more minute. If it doesn't work, I'll catch and try again.
Behind Gas, with Gas quickly having to find out at the very end. By the time he came to realize that Goku was behind him, it was already too late, because the second Goku had gone to kick Gas up in the air, he from there quickly acted in unleashing an instant Kamehameha directly at him, which one would only imagine the amount of pressure that Gas is feeling, because he can't seem to hit Goku, he can't seem to even get away from him, so at this point he was left with no other option but to face off against this Kamehameha, with to which he did, as the moment the Kamehameha had made impact in connecting up in the sky, with everyone shown watching as the dust began to settle, Gas was then shown extremely battle damaged by responding, "How? What is happening? Seems like I'm just barely stronger than you now," Goku says, "but I don't have long, so let's get this done." As through that, the very second we then see how Ultra Instinct Omen Goku had gone in dashing right back up at Gas, Goku just kept attacking Gas non-stop, shot after shot after shot, in going as far as to now demonstrate the initial difference between Ultra Instinct Sign and the silver-haired mastered Ultra Instinct form, in the overall idea that initially Ultra Instinct sign is allowing for Goku to tap more into his Saiyan instincts in using this in battle, which he is now without question going as far as to demonstrate, because the moment Goku is then shown having to kick gas away, as all of the rumblings are happening in the distance, we finally then see how Vegeta had now come into his own in finally waking up after enduring so much punishment, only to look on forward in noticing how Ultra Instinct Sign Goku is in action with gas, as innately with gas even attempting to fight back, nothing seems to be working, because with Goku essentially being shown having to counter everything by responding and punching gas in the face, gas had enough, and finally with succession he was able to kick Goku right in the chin, but even then this did not appear to work, because the moment Goku had come into his own, in going as far as to maintain the momentum he had, it was only as a response where Goku had gone in unleashing a mouth blast, which mind you he had never done before but has seen, to where not only did Goku's mouth blast go as far as to consume gas completely, but by the end of it with gas being shown standing there incredibly battle damaged, gas from there went on to comment, "Curse you!" This fighting style, Vegeta says. This meant to be Ultra Instinct absurd. I sacrificed my pride to become the strongest warrior in the universe. Behold, Gas shouts, a Cretan like you could never hope to surpass me. As to Goku's surprise with Gas then being shown having to spawn all of the weapons that he had used before now up in the air, in an act of rage in wanting to do everything and anything he can to put Goku down.
super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Thank you very much.
You found a power key. Go slot it. That's a new power key. Place it now.
Flying Nimbus!
We got 2 keys so far, that's good. Oh, I'm not seeing the key. You might have to stole it.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. Great! You know what to do with that key.
Heading towards E. Jump Gamma 2. Lead the way, homie. I'm in E though. You find this key.
quick!
Oh, he's coming for my ass.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Your evil deeds end here.
Stay calm.
Stop.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now. Here comes.
Damn, y'all. Appreciate it.
I owe you one.
You get that. Thank you.
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? Flying Nimbus!
Welcome. Thank you. Close.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Holy hell.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. The startup system destroyed. The time machine's almost prepped. You need to head
failed,
for the
guys.
beacon that's indicated by a blue line. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there. Flying Nimbus!
You still have more fight in you?
The squad.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits.
Super Saiyan, where you at?
Before rushing in.
What is this?
Go. Yeah.
I've sent the escape time machine.
Alright guys, we're gonna play like 2 more matches.
You did good job. Mac and Super Saiyan, you guys did good. You too, Joku.
down for good, Gas was then shown having to, instead of using these weapons, throw all of these weapons right at Goku, to where instead of running away or doing something about it, Goku actually ended up embracing this by from there being shown dashing directly towards the weapons and avoiding each and every single one of them until Goku had now come face to face with Gas's gigantic wrecking ball, in which as Goku had gone and moving out of the way, this time around, unlike the other weapons, Goku had managed to latch onto the chain of the wrecking ball and from there being shown swinging it on down forward and basically turning this whole thing around now on Gas by using his own weapon against him, with Ultra Instinct Omen Goku now shown swinging this gigantically heavy wrecking ball down at Gas. Gas from there had no other choice in doing what he could to stop the wrecking ball from crashing into him, in which he did, but it was the sheer impact and force of this gigantic object weighing down on him where Gas from there went on to comment, "A weapon of my own creation could never bring me down." But before Gas could do anything to turn this entire situation around, out of nowhere, Ultra Instinct Omen Goku had gone to come in out of nowhere by kicking Gas so hard in the chest that you could see all of the pain now emanating from Gas's face, because not only were both of his horns now broken, but he's essentially done. There's nothing at this point that Gas can do to stand up to Ultra Instinct Omen Goku, in which with his body now being shown flying across the sky with Maki and Oil having to see this, they were both in panic because they both knew during that point in time that Gas was losing the battle against Goku, as they had both from there gone to realize that Gas had now finally crashed into the distance. They also had went on to notice that Alec was nowhere to be found, as Maki went on to comment, "Gas! Crap, he actually might lose! Where did Alec go?" As all the while with Gas now on the floor seemingly defeated, we now found out where exactly Alec had gone to, because with Alec now having to appear in front of his little brother, that's when Alec went on to tell Gas, "Hey Gas, what do you think you're doing?" Alec, why did I make you into the strongest warrior?" Alec went on to ask, as of course he went on to grab onto his brother's throat. He then went on to ask him, "Answer me." "To elevate the heaters," Gas says. "To the universe's greatest organization." "Correct. And what is needed to achieve that?" Alec asks. "Must kill the Saiyans." "Wrong," Alec says. "You have to kill Frieza." Stamping out the Saiyans was only a stepping stone along the way. As with the other heaters having to now join in and carefully listening, that's when Alec went on to grab onto Gas's head by shouting, "So find the resolve to die in battle if you have to. The power I gave you has to be worth more than this pathetic showing." "Alec, come on," Maki says. "That's a little too harsh." "You don't gotta push him so hard," Oil chimes in. "Hey you," Goku shouts. "Don't force the guy like that. If he wants to fight us again, we're up for it whenever," with Alec responding, "Shut up, Saiyan. There won't be a next time for Gas." And with Goku now questioning this, he then went on to ask, what does that mean?" Until, out of nowhere from behind Alec, we only then see how a gigantic aura eruption had then occurred, with both Alec and Goku having to turn around and finding out as to what had just happened. We only then see how through the aura itself, Gas now was in fact fully healed with his horns being grown back out, but there was a significant change in his appearance, as of course he looked much older and bonier than he did before. As with everyone looking on in absolute shock, that's when Goku went on to ask, "What is up with your face?" With Alec responding, "I think you see what I mean," as it was only right then and there where Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 85 then comes to a close. What Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 85 tries to capture is the essence of Goku now finally realizing what it took for Bardock to win, and for Goku to finally now realize that he's going to be using his own quote-unquote variation of Ultra Instinct, to where, similar to his father 40 years ago, Goku wants to fight to win. Goku's only motive now is to try to do the best that he possibly can in putting Gas down once and for all, only for Gas towards the end to once again, courtesy of Alec's words, become inspired enough in now having to shatter through his limits again, and from that point being shown having to exert even more of his life force than before, to now being shown aging rapidly, while at the same time now becoming even stronger than how he was before, as we kick off Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter number 86, with Gas now being shown having to finally complete his evolution, with Goku now being shown having to be taken back by this, as this was the last thing that Goku was expecting to come from Gas. Gas now, due to the extreme measures that he was shown going through and overexerting himself just to simply overpower Goku, had now been shown appearing
time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Flying Nimbus!
Welcome. Thank you. Close.
I think he's in the Raiders in C.
Someone save me!
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Yeah, we better win. He's C5.
You be careful too, okay?
Flying Nimbus!
Great. You found another power key. Use it quick. Great. You know what to do with that key. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
About to find that B key.
Flying Nimbus!
That's a new power key. Place it now. Access the startup system from
Flying
the central
Nimbus!
area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
Thanks!
position if you're going to help them. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
I got some sensu beans.
Head up!
I owe you one.
Get up!
I owe you.
Flying Nimbus! An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
We can still win this. Once he rolls on a time machine, we just jump him. Who got hit? Have to play it smart.
Here comes a pain! Somebody's down! Exercising extreme caution.
Good game, guys.
Nice.
As though he had been fully healed in battle, as with Alec now being shown smiling, that was when, interestingly enough, Alec had then taken it upon himself to leap on back and joining the other heaters to watch this, as we only then take a look and seeing as to how with Gas being shown having to slowly but surely raise his arm up in the air, that was when out of nowhere Goku was then shown being choked by Gas, as he was only then shown levitating his body upwards. It only now had appeared as though Gas was looking to strangle Goku to death without even touching him on top of that, as we only then take a look and seeing as to how with Goku being shown having to scream in absolute agony, you can tell that Goku is trying to do everything.
I think I have 2 more
within
matches
his
until I can
ability
get
to break
S1.
free from this, but it appears as though despite Goku's best efforts in trying to move his body, he simply couldn't do so, because with Gas now being shown holding Goku in place, as he then went on to look up at him by smiling, it was only from there where Gas went on to then tell Goku, "Behold as your head twists clean off." Which even then with Goku's body shown shaking as he was desperately trying to place his fingers over his forehead, the only other option for escape was for Goku to try to do his best in using instant transmission to get away, in which Goku from there had barely managed to do so, as he was then shown teleporting away from Gas. As quickly as it happened, we only then take a look
guys,
and
this will
see
be
as
our
to how
last
Goku
match.
had now appeared behind
We'll
him,
be,
with Goku now being
sitting
shown
for 3
closing in
hours.
as he was attempting to
Gotta go to
strike
bed.
Gas. It was only from that
So let's get
point
a
on
W
where
again.
Gas had managed to backhand Goku so casually without even having having to look at him, which not only had gone as far in stopping Goku in his own tracks, but this one casual backhand to Goku's face was actually strong and effective enough in bringing Goku nearly back down onto his knees, as he was only from there shown holding on to his bloody nose before having to look back up. The very second Goku had done so, in noticing that Gas was no longer in front of him, to Goku's horror, before he could even react, Gas was now being shown having to squat down behind him, as Gas went on to tell Goku, "It's as if every cell in my body is burning away, fueling me. A new flavor of ecstasy." In which only from there, within that very moment, Gas was then shown grabbing onto Goku's skull, and casually from there being shown throwing Goku back, as Goku was shown crashing throughout the Cerulean Forest, as the sheer difference in power between the two now was so evident that Goku was trying to do his best in maintaining himself from flying out any further, in which the very second Goku had assumed that he had escaped, it was only then shown where out of nowhere, he was then all of a sudden caught in a whirlwind-like attack, as his body was shown spinning around over and over and over again, as this too had gone in inflicting massive amounts of damage to Goku's body as Gas was looking to punish Goku. It only from here on out had appeared as though Goku had no chance in doing anything to stop Gas. It was only from that point on where Gas went on to acknowledge Goku by telling him, "You cannot escape this power of mine," as he quickly from there had carried on in firing a blast directly up at Goku. Goku was actually lucky enough in having to avoid this attack, which went on to slice right through his shirt and chest, to where from that point on, Gas was then shown firing multiple energy blasts up at Goku, to where the only other thing that Goku could do at this point was guard himself as all of these blasts were now beginning to hit him, because with Goku now being trapped in this twister-like attack as he was being fired at from below, the heaters were shown casually observing, with the leg being shown smiling, and with Maki and Oil having a different expression on.
Guys, let's do this.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Thank you very much.
Flying Nimbus!
Yeah, we came off.
Someone save me! You be careful too, okay?
You found a power key. Go slot it. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Flying Nimbus!
An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Damn, all the boxes are open. I see nothing.
That's a new power key. Place
Someone
it
found
now.
this key. Yeah, thank you. Mac, I'm coming to get you.
Flying Nimbus!
Wait, someone else got you. Looking for this A key. I see it over here. It could be underground. Damn, what happened?
Great! You know what to do with that key.
Flying Nimbus!
You got Super Saiyan J?
Perfect!
I know those ones. I used to have really bad Wi-Fi problems. It's embarrassing.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Restart the capture card. Can't see nothing.
Well, thank you. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Holy hell.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now. Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. A super transfer is headed your way. Take it now. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
You guys can grab that transfer. Got some supplies.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Alright, let's go level 4.
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat
Let's
if
go
you need
level
to.
4.
Got it? The startup
Guys?
system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Finished already. You're done! Bastard!
I don't know what happened, bro.
Finished already.
We got killed. I don't know what this guy was doing. That was a smart move.
I'm close. Wait, what?
Somebody's down. Exercise caution if you're going to help them.
Trash will always be trash.
Yeah, level 4 sold, bro.
Now, understood.
Bro, go through a time machine. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Broly. You'll be dying along.
Like, you guys see that?
This
Jeez.
planet. Where do you
Talk about finish.
going? I was going to escape with you. In a one-person pod.
Alright, guys. It's time to call it a night. We've been streaming for 3 hours. If you're still here watching, I'd like to say thank you. I appreciate it. Shout out to Joku. Shout out to Super Saiyan. Shout out to Mac. Probably be streaming again tomorrow. So make sure you guys come by, say what's up. With that being said, have a good night, guys. Peace.
Good night. See you later. Yeah, bro. Peace out, guys. Good night.